G'day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dungeons and Gumdrops Session 23, Waking Up from the Nightmare. It's going to be a great session. We're hanging out. We've got everyone here. Pretty much to recap, we've been playing kind of the past 5 sessions or so as level 19, level 20 characters. That kind of concluded towards the end of last session, and so this session we're going to be jumping in back to our other characters that have leveled up to level 5, and there's going to be some really interesting reactions to see how everything's going with each of the players. Have some party members been lost? Have some changed? We'll find out. Everyone is here, and I'm about to jump in with them, so let's get to it. G'day everyone, how are we doing?
Hello.
How's it going?
Well, hello.
Yeah, doing well, doing well. We all ready to go for another amazing D&D session?
Babaloo,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. I have not jumped in my CPU, and I've had this damn app open all day long. I have played video games. I have run it. I have changed the screens.
What?
It was all about putting on
the thing.
on the settings.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was off. It used to be on, but it was off.
What setting?
It's
Hello?
if you go in the Chrome settings and then advanced and then go to system, just use hardware acceleration when available. I had that off too.
Funny enough, that doesn't fix mine.
Oh.
Where is this? Oh, advanced.
Yep.
Advanced and then what? System?
Yeah, system and then use hardware acceleration when available.
Yeah.
I've already got that going.
It defaults to on, so
Yes.
I don't know why mine was off.
Yep, mine's on.
I have no idea why it was off, because it used to be on, but I have a feeling that it was messing up either Twitch or YouTube at one point, and I shut it, and I
Maybe.
just never turned it back on.
for what it's worth, in case you're curious, having that off makes Windows make a virtual processor for you. So you don't use your processor built into your computer.
Yeah.
Which is why that becomes very, very slow, because in order to make a virtual processor, you use your RAM is what happens. So
Fair.
that's why hardware acceleration means it gives full control over the hardware. So it gets to choose how many threads it uses, all that jazz.
Which is beautiful for me, because
Yeah.
I don't give no craps. Like, there's just no reason that this CPU should be struggling at all.
Yeah. That's why I was very baffled at what was going on with you, especially because I've been running a D&D campaign with dynamic lighting and all that, and I'm like, I don't know where she's getting these issues. I was very confused.
Absolutely ridiculous is what it was.
Oh, yeah.
And
We're doing Horde of the Dragon Queen, and that's
that
spicy.
is one of my favorites.
That is
Really?
I
spicy.
started on Horde of the Dragon Queen.
What? Okay, you and I
Nice.
need to chat after this.
I absolutely love Horde of the Dragon Queen.
I
Okay.
couldn't find something exactly what I wanted, but I'm sending you the closest thing I could think of in pop culture.
Okay. Whatever. We're okay.
How do
That works.
How do I change my
I think
picture?
it makes sense for what I built together, and I don't know. I feel like it fits.
Mhm. I like it.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
I need to be sending stuff as Rukhar now.
Yeah.
I can't remember how to change my picture. How are you guys doing it?
I've got to change my picture as well, to be fair.
How do you do it?
So if you click onto your character sheet on the top right corner, it says edit. It's going to open up an additional page for you.
I
It's
broke
there.
something.
If you can't do it, you can send it to me and I will do it for you.
I sent you a.
No, like the picture at the bottom, Bird.
Oh,
Like it's got my
Your
logo.
profile picture,
Yeah.
that's going to be in your main settings for Roll20.
I'm under settings. I got my display name. I don't see anywhere here for like upload photo.
You have to go to the actual settings outside of the campaign.
Ah.
On your account.
It's coded to
I wasn't
your
looking and I didn't
account.
see him. What a cute little guy.
It was
Oh,
definitely just giving
got it.
kisses to the microphone.
Oh my
so, like,
Aw.
you're all lucky. Can you blow kisses?
Oh.
Good job. Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. No, that's hi, silly boy. Say bye-bye.
There we go.
Good job, buddy.
See, I don't need to have more kids. She has them.
I love you.
There you go.
Okay, Bird, I just sent you something, and it's just a quick yay or nay.
Nay.
All the nay.
Okay, I don't know how to change my character on there. We'll figure it out later, I guess.
You gotta go out.
Yeah, so I'm in Roll20's homepage, in my account page.
Mm-hmm.
And so... unless that's not what you're talking about, Kane.
You mean to change your character name in-game?
To change your character image in-game.
If you click on the picture, like once you're on the home screen, right, and you see how there's like your little picture by your name.
No, are you talking about your token?
Yeah, I'm talking about my token.
Bird has to change that for you.
Okay.
Bird's gonna take care of that when she gets
Easy.
us to the right map and stuff.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm
think,
assuming.
yeah.
we're still on the last map that we did. Like,
yeah.
Gross.
It's so weird looking at my hit points only being 49. Like, what is this?
How do you think I feel? I'm
Weird.
37.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of sending Sugar a message and forgot to send it.
Oh wow. That's rude.
Way to go.
All right. Well, is everyone ready for the recap?
Always.
Always, man.
Alrighty. Fox, I just seen you've gone live, so you're all good for the recap? I think you might be
Yeah,
deaf.
I'm good. Sorry.
Nah, you're all good, brother. You're all good. I was just making sure you're all good before I jump in and do this recap for everybody. Alrighty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeons and Gumdrops Session 23. But before we get into it, we're going to recap Session 22 from Blood and Betrayal. The Beast Rises. So we start off this session with Eliadan and Birdesque parted by ZR1 directly in the between. Some telepathic communications happening from ZR to both people, but Birdesque isn't responding. Eliadan is, at this point. This shambling beast starts to move forward. Eliadan, contrary to his character, steps back from the fray and does some Sacred Flame action. ZR1 teleports straight forward into the fray with his Vorpal Blades and doing a substantial amount of damage. And then Box, with Scarf, decides to reanimate 5 skeletons. One of them being Zalon's. So Zalon comes out of his flesh, full skeleton. You can see his skeletal membranes from his wings. And they go in and they do some light attacks against this shambling mound. And we're starting to hurt it. Scarf also does an Eldritch Blast to really get in there and hammer home some damage. And then Eliadan comes through again. Another Sacred Flame. Then Bal does some Lightning Bolt. ZR1 goes again with the Vorpal Blades. And we end up taking it down. However, Eliadan is falling back from the fray, contrary to what he might do as a Paladin. It's at this point he reaches the stairs where Vandry and Hayuu are, because Vandry called Hayuu over as this beast was surging forward. Now, of course, the Guardian of Faith was still standing there, ever watchful, with no party members currently considered hostile at this point. Nothing happened. It did no attacks currently. We defeat the shambling horror, and then we hear this loud voice. Rise. And we notice that Zalon's skeleton is no longer under Scarf's control. And he turns, and whilst Eliadan and Vandry are trying to figure out how they're going to get out of this, and Vandry trying to ease Eliadan and put him to a reassured place because he doesn't know what to do, how to get out. Scarf's got this portal in the middle of the thing saying that we need to go now. But Eliadan can't make a decision because he's gotten this kind of sense within himself that don't trust anyone who's undead. There are plots against you. And he's always kind of known as the only lawful good within the party not to trust a lot of people here. He can trust Vandry and Hayuu, he knows that much. But the rest, he is unsure. With Vandry's urging, they make the plan to go for the portal. But as that happens, Zalon turns on the party, casting, I believe it was Meteor Shower? Casting Meteor Shower down on Hayuu, Bram, who had fallen back a little bit further, but I don't think Bram was affected by this, Vandry, and Eliadan. Now, Eliadan, being a very smart individual, had previously cast Death Protection on himself, so as soon as he was affected once by the Meteor Shower, his hit points, whilst they would have hit 0, he hit 1. But then Zalon activates his legendary ability and attacks again. And Eliadan goes down. It's at this point that the party then turns in on each other. Birdesque starts to move towards Eliadan, who is down, and Vandry, in a haste, takes the necklace off her own neck and puts it onto Eliadan. And takes a potion of healing and forces it down his throat to bring him back. As he comes back in, she's like, we've got to get to the portal, and you better damn well make it out. Because I need you to protect Hayuu in there, just in case anything happens. And so the moment Eliadan has, he books it. Kaiser tries to hock a dagger at him as he's running and fails to hit. Eliadan gets through the portal a couple of seconds after Hayuu. This portal leads to a house that has enough room for about 20 people and 3 days worth of rations. We get to see what everything else happens, where Birdesque continues to turn with ZR1 then turning onto Zalon, and Birdesque as well. Kaiser's there, and Scarth joins the rest of the fray. And as they keep on going, combat ensuing, damage being dealt, with Scarth almost depleted, he leaves. He opens a portal and joins Eliadan, Vandry, who also made it through the portal, and Hayuu in this house. In safety. But out of the top right-hand corner, a door creaks open. Lady Fiona, with the man himself, Count Strahd, come walking out. He has no quarrel with ZR1 because he's a construct. He has no interest in mechanical beings. But he turns to Zalon and goes, "What was your motive here?" Zalon responds from memory, I could be wrong on this, that it was to deal with those who were looking to harm Strahd. Or get... Yeah. And then Birdesque didn't really have too much of an answer. It was like, get revenge, I think was it. No? What was it then, Birdesque? I can't remember.
It was to prevent the party from succeeding.
Ah, okay. So preventing the party from succeeding. And then we find out Brahm has also escaped through the top, which was the safest way to get out. And we find out that Kaiser was the one that brought Birdesque back. We find that Kaiser was the one then controlling Zalon as well. And that he was a servant of Strahd.
There it is.
I was muted. Oh my god.
And he congratulates...
Never moved a slider so fast.
He congratulates Kaiser on a job well done. That the house will remain here. And that they will trap many more adventurers to come. And so with this, the players lose sight of this dream. And we come into session 23, called Waking Up from the Nightmare.
Very well done.
Oh, there are our beautiful characters.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
look
they
at our
are.
friends.
I missed
Yeah.
them.
Your
Long time
babies
no
are
see.
here.
Oh
Your
no,
babies
I
are
see
still
stuff.
existing.
Whoop.
You what?
I see stuff that looks bad.
There
What do
is
you
stuff
see?
that looks bad. Zoom
Serious
in.
stuff.
I see sadness.
Finish eating this piece of chocolate and then I'm gonna talk because I'm all gonna spit all over my microphone. Thanks.
And her.
Speaking of, did we level up or did we not?
Yes, we
Yes.
did. Level 5.
5, yeah.
Yes. Anybody who did not
Oh, no, I
take
am fine.
their moments.
Oof.
I think a lot of people did it after the last session really quickly. Like, yes, I could do
Yeah.
it, and it was just like instantly done.
I did it right
Mhm.
away.
Yes.
Mhm.
Same.
I couldn't remember.
Yes. Nope. I didn't.
Look,
Did it
it's
and then-
nAga.
It is nAga. Yeah, they're all here.
It's the second one, right? Launch level and character mancer.
Mm-hmm.
I did my level up, and then I told Bird that I needed stuff, and
Thanks, Armored Cav.
Well, we'll get the stuff. We'll do the stuff.
Yeah.
I put your bracers in, and then I have to look through and just see what else I have to do for it. So
You put my bracers in?
Yeah.
I see them.
yeah, you should have them under your equipment.
So everyone's got their magical items?
Yar!
Mm.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't have their magical items or can't decide yet, you have time.
Oh,
It's
there
fine.
they are. Okay.
Totally fine.
you know,
Not too worried about it. Most of that stuff
I
is,
can't decide until Bird gets to me.
Yeah. As you all start to flicker your eyes open, you're in a very new building, a building you haven't seen before, and everything around you is flagstone, from the floor to the walls to the ringed stairs that encase the entire building. There's some boxes that are crushed around you. It doesn't look like a very clean place. There's been some kind of a kerfuffle that's gone on around you. There's a large doorway that is closed with a big plank wood that is barring it from the inside. You could easily leave if you wanted to. But as you start to sit up, you see the very familiar and calming face of Esmeralda in the center of the room. You each start to take note of who's around you. Most everybody seems familiar, except you notice a very interesting situation going on. These two of your friends are lifeless. And there's a familiar face from a dream you might have had, sitting on top of one of them, seeming very savage and wild. And as he picks his body up and looks around and starts seeing everyone awake, you see bits of flesh hanging out of his mouth.
It's a little dark.
Well, we're in Barovia after all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fair.
So, roll for initiative or
Just wake up, weapons drawn, let's go.
Right? So, the first thing you notice is that Esmeralda is not reacting to this. She's
has her
been
head.
awake. She has not been in your dreams. I see Evanora. Help me, please. I have questions.
I have a question.
Yes, dear.
And this affects everybody, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of like role playing and like character interactions and all that. When we were in our dream, did we gain the knowledge of the people we were in? Not previously, but from that point forward, like all the thoughts that they had, their relations with everybody. Like we have maintained that as we've woken up, correct?
Yes. Everything that happened is almost as if you lived it without the physical awareness. So you know the thought processes, you understand the conversations, the faces, you have pure recognition of everything that has gone on.
We
it's
recognize
not lost
him.
to you. You know who he is. Whether anyone wants to say it or not is up to you.
Evanora will say it. That's why I was asking, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like hella metagaming.
100% know everything that went on.
Okay. In that case, then, Evanora, very groggily as she's waking up and seeing this, she's just gonna go, "Hey, you?"
Hayu's gonna turn over and just immediately look at everyone and just be like, "Okay, hold on. Wait before anyone else. Nope. I can explain this. I can explain this. See, so actually, this guy, he was planning to betray you guys. 100%. Yeah, you better believe it, because he was."
Rubbing one eye, she's gonna go, "Are you having an episode?"
I mean, you can define episode. I mean, this is kind of an episode. You know?
I got an out of character question. The hey, you literally just ate Carric?
Yes.
Eat is the strong word. Okay.
He ate him.
Yes.
He is actually currently still cleaning his face of eating him.
Oh my god, I'm so happy right now.
Whether he or not Varric was alive prior to him starting to eat is totally a different story.
Freaking perfect.
Is Sugar using a spoon right now in Hayu's presence? I'm
Oh, yes. Gold.
Oh my god.
I might be okay. I'm comfort fooding. Leave me alone.
It's
not a gold spoon. Does that count?
It moderately counts.
So Altharion's gonna sit up, and he's going to kind of take stock of the room. Is there any windows? Is there a balcony? Is there
From what you can tell around you, any windows or any outside entrances have been boarded up. You don't know why particularly, whether it's to keep you safe or to keep everything out. It's still clueless to you. But from what you think, possibly, there is 3 possible windows. And the staircase does not go down, it only goes up. So from what you can discern, you're on the 1st floor of the building.
While Altharion is doing this, since I'm standing right beside Hayuu currently, from what I can see, Rukhar's gonna like look through his bag, and he's got a pouch on him that has like some survival supplies, like a knife, fork, and spoon and stuff like that for like survival. He's gonna grab his spoon and he's gonna hand it to Hayuu.
Hayuu is going to take a good long look at the spoon and just sort of zone out a little bit, and then he's going to cast it aside and let him know, rather the person who just handed it to him.
Alright, I can't see anything on the screen. I'm going to refresh it
feel
quickly.
like you meant well with that, but the meaning of it changed drastically.
Oh no.
Way to fuck up.
I'm sorry.
Way to break the spoon.
Wow.
What are you talking
Here
about?
I was trying to show, some common ground and a sign of good faith. All right.
What are you
I'll
talking
put it
about?
back in my bag.
I don't understand.
Yeah, let me hand you
What
the
happened?
murder weapon.
What happened with the spoons? What happened with the spoons? This is Rukhar, by the way.
It happened many years ago. Just even thinking of it I can't.
Sorry about that, chat.
But
that's the second time I've done it.
Wait,
I'll stop.
so you guys are okay with everything right now? I'm just so I'm just trying to.
Carric was kind of a jerk. So,
Oh, okay, perfect. Because I got notes and everything that he made of you all. So I mean, whew, all right, load of my chest.
That was beautiful. That was kind of a jerk anyway. Wow.
This coming from Rukhar.
Yeah, right.
So.
Wow.
Sorry, I still actually can't see anything, Bird.
You can't see?
Yeah, I can't see Buckley's. I can't see any other player icons. I can't. It's just completely black for me.
And I do that.
Have you restarted it?
I refreshed the browser, yes.
Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
That doesn't work with me, Balithal. I work as a data analyst. It is my job to think of those issues.
Did you try downloading the correct version for the one that you're using?
Okay, listen. Okay. I hope you know how pissed off I was getting. It was.
I know.
It was 4 or 5 hours of trying to figure it out. That includes downloading the mods, making sure I had them all, trying to elevate it all that nonsense. I'm sitting here like, this is not working. Now half my game normally isn't working. What the hell? And then you're like, oh, did you download this version? I was like,
That's why I was very specific with my instruction.
You seem very triggered right now. Relax.
I'm very
not
funny.
To like,
I need to.
But did you download this specific version? And of course, I'm sitting here going, there was other versions? I was like, there was what?
So.
Did that fix anything? Or
yes,
no?
it did. I can see everything.
Beautiful.
So, Altharion's going to look around on the ground.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific?
You see ground.
A sword.
Do a perception check.
Oh, where's my character? Oh no, because I had to reopen it, so I have to go. Just out of character, I'm looking for the item. I'm not sure if we specified whether it was going to be on the ground or on our bodies already.
I thought we already had it, don't?
Oh shoot, I've got mine equipped and everything.
Scotty, it's a little bit different. Okay, so you look around.
Oh, gotcha.
You look around you, and you don't see anything specific. You start feeling the ground just around your body. And when you look up, because you don't see anything, and you're like, I know, I had it, it was here, I know I felt it. You realize that there's a little jar sitting on top of Avery's body in his hands. He's clutching it pretty tightly. And inside that jar, from what you can see, is a tiny little person and a tiny little sword sitting right next to him inside the jar. It's cracked right down the center, and you can see this person taking running jumps at the side of the glass and bashing into it as hard as he can.
Do I recognize who it is?
The person, no. The sword, yes.
And you said this is on Avery's body?
It's in his hands, like resting on his chest. I love all the quizzical looks when I start telling these weird things. It's hilarious. It makes my night.
So I just unintentionally went back in my browser, so I had to go forward and reload. Rip.
No problem.
I want to go over and I want to pick up the jar and I want to have a look at it.
Okay.
With a closer look, what do I see?
Inside, you very clearly see the exact item that you're looking for. And this little person is now frantically waving at you to open the jar. He's making twisting motions with his hands.
I will set the jar down on the ground, and I will open the lid and remove the lid. What?
As you remove the lid,
Jeez, okay.
there's almost it feels like a burst of wind that comes out of the jar. It's quick, it's abrupt, and the jar shatters and throws glass everywhere in like a 5-foot radius. No one get hurt at the moment, but sitting in front of you, partially on top of you at this point, is a very large, average-sized being, and your sword sitting on the floor at your feet, in full size.
Bird,
Yes, sir.
what do I have to roll to grapple?
Sure.
I wonder who that
strength or
person was.
athletics, I'm not sure.
Hmm?
Strength or athletics, whichever one you'd like.
Okay, I will do. Okay, yeah, that failed.
So you're just pretty much sitting on his lap.
Do I recognize who it is?
No.
Do I recognize the sword
Yes.
in full?
Yes.
I will pipe up. I go, how did you get in possession of that sword? Very sternly, and this sternness, you have everyone has never heard Altharion be this stern.
It's just going to cock its head at you and death stare you and not say anything, like it's studying you.
I won't hurt you. I just want an answer as to where you got that sword. That's all I want.
You're going to hear it say sword in almost like a mimicking voice trying to copy what you're saying.
As it says that, I point down at the sword. And I say, that.
It's going to notice for the first time that it has a sword in its hand, and study the sword, trying to figure out how it works, what it is. Basically, never knowing what a sword is. Can I do investigation to see if it's a sword?
Sure. You definitely know what it is. I mean, it's definitely a sword. You have some recollection of where it might have come from, considering how you arrived.
Yeah. Got it.
But other than that, it really holds no significance for you.
I'm gonna take some really big test swings with it, like as hard as I can.
Okay.
Just over Avery's body.
As he's doing that, Altharion's going to draw his long sword, and out of nowhere surprise him by meeting the blade. As in, Eowyn Aragon style.
Okay.
I recognize that blade. It has been a family heirloom ever since one of my great ancestors wielded it. It is mine by birthright. You have no claim to it.
I'm gonna cock my head again and go, mine? Hey, Bird, question. How high up is the ceiling?
Each level is approximately 20 feet.
20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump straight up into the ceiling and then just stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're hanging like upside down? Okay.
Yeah.
On like all fours or standing?
Nope, just standing, examining the sword.
I would like to attempt to tackle as he's doing that.
Okay.
Strength check.
Yeah. A 19. It would be a strength contending against a natural, so I guess an athletics. Is that good for you, Fox?
Would I be able to do acrobatics? It doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
that's
which
fine.
one
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, whichever one's better for you. All right. So you do grapple him, or tackle him, either way, and stop him in mid leap. But you both start crashing down into the floor around you and land on top of Avery.
Squish.
Squish.
Also, I should probably explain what I look like.
That'd be helpful.
I am a liquid feeling and behaving warforge. That is stark black. Yeah. I'm just gonna stand there. Well, not stand there. I guess I'm on the ground now. I'm just gonna be confused as fuck, and that's it.
Does he drop the sword as I tackle him?
Not as confused as Altharion touching pure
Right.
liquid.
Yeah.
Right?
Altharion's like, I don't know what the heck you're made of right now. All I'm concerned about is getting that sword from you.
It's like grabbing mercury.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's just nibbling away. I'm good. I love this group.
So as I've tackled him, I've kind of done it in such a way where my one of my arms, I think it's going to be, just in terms of positioning, it's going to be my left arm, lands directly, like, just kind of here on his chest. Kind of, like, ready to slide fully down, if necessary.
Okay.
And just go, give it to me now. I will not ask again.
I'm going to sit crisscross applesauce and look at you very intently, like, explain.
This sword is a family heirloom.
Mm-hmm.
It was lost by my family generations ago.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a very large burden on my shoulders placed by my parents to hopefully find this sword and reclaim the honor of my family by it.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm being very heavy-handed with you now, because whilst I might not like the fact that I'm seeing this sword right now, I know what it does and its power and the authority that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
So can you please give it to me?
I am going to... Will you stop hitting me?
I will get off you if you give me the sword. That's all I want. I don't want to harm you. I don't want to do anything. I just want the sword.
I'm going to take the sword and I'm going to spin it around in my hand to where the hilt is facing Altharion, and I'm going to offer him the hilt of the blade.
I'll then retract my sword, grab onto the blade, and at the same time as I'm pulling the blade away, I'll pull away my hand and I'll stand up. Thank you. And I will actually sheath the blade in my back, and I'll offer him a hand, this construct a hand up.
He's going to sit there and not know what to do with that.
Let me help you get up.
He's going to grab you and get up. Right.
I'm sorry for how heavy-handed I was.
You say that multiple times. I do not know what it means. If anyone would have heavy hands, it would be me.
I mean, technically speaking.
My name's Altharion. What is yours?
You can call me Samson.
Pleasure to meet you, Samson. Now, there's a lot going on here, and I see the dead body of one of our party members directly behind you. Was he keeping you as a pet? I'm gonna guess.
No.
Okay. Do you dare, do you care to tell me what happened?
He was killed.
What about yourself, though? How did you come to be here in that jar?
I was made.
Ah. So you're Sherlock. I got it. I got it now. I get it.
Okay, so if you haven't picked up on already, Samson knows literally nothing. He has no moral compass. He knows nothing. You guys can literally mold him to be whoever you want him to be.
It's gonna be a very fun character for you guys to play with.
This is gonna go really bad, let me tell you.
Imagine Sugar and Scotty are gonna be like, okay, we can help these orphan kids, and then Kane and everyone else is gonna be like, yes, let's burn down things, and he's like,
it's literally going to be a family reunion at all times where mom and dad are trying to teach the kids not to be rude little assholes, and all the uncles and aunts are just like, no, it's fine, have more cake, it's totally okay, nothing could go wrong.
So he's
Sugar Highs.
He's Chappy.
He's Chappy, but way more violent.
All right.
And he eats people.
All right.
Love it. I mean, apparently Hayuu does as well.
So, at this...
Speaking of which, he's going to... his face is going to split into two real quick, and he's going to have a metal syringe-like tongue come out, and he's going to try to stab into your neck very slowly, as if he doesn't know how you're going to react to it.
Immediately, I'm going to brush it away.
He's going to continue trying to stab into your neck. Just slowly.
I'm gonna lightly grab it, hold it above my head, and go, "Can you please stop?"
Why?
What are you trying to do?
This is such a polite interaction. I can't handle it.
Sorry, what?
It's so polite. I can't handle it.
What are you trying to do? What is in that?
You?
No, I will not let you do that. I will not let you do that to anyone here.
But I'm hungry.
I understand you're hungry. Is this how you eat?
Yes, I am very hungry.
And I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna point at Avery's body behind him. I go, there.
Empty.
And I go, I understand you're hungry. I'm gonna cast Good Berry.
Okay.
So I've got currently 10 berries in my hand. I'm going to actually squish them in my hand. I'm gonna hold out my hand as though it's a cup. I'm gonna say, have this instead.
He is going to start drinking it and then violently regurgitate it up into the floor. That was horrible. Never again.
I don't understand that. I've fed everyone that's here with those berries, and it is able to sustain them for a full day with just one berry.
Rukhar's gonna be like, no. He doesn't want any of the berries. Here, have the good stuff, and he hands him a dream pastry.
He's going to grab it with his hand, and he's going to try to scarf it down, and then he's going to immediately violently throw up again.
Well, now that's just rude, and he's gonna walk back.
What do you
So
mean?
Evanora would understand what's going on here, right? Because of Hayuu?
Yeah.
So what do I know?
What do you?
I think God's gonna tell me what I know.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at this like right now.
Or sorry, Dungeon Mommy is gonna tell me what I know.
Whilst Bird does
what's going on?
that.
So that's your full answer according to lore that I just looked up. The only 5e disease that would come with cannibalism is Kuru, which paladins are effectively immune to.
So actually, paladins are the most effective cannibals.
Yeah,
Perfect. I was asking for reasons.
They're also well known to use the bones of the creatures that they cannibalize to create weapons.
Lovely.
And very high level weapons. So yeah, there's that little bit of knowledge for you.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So,
Via sword.
Altharion's gonna go, well, what do you eat then? If you won't have normal food like us?
He's going to, again, try to stab you in the neck with his tongue syringe.
And Altharion's gonna go, no. I understand you're hungry. Does this mean you eat like people? You drain their life essence from them?
He's going to go, yes, and then like his tongue is going to extend out further past the point where you're grabbing it, and he's going to try to get your neck.
And Altharion's just gonna fully extend his arm.
It keeps stretching.
And then he's gonna drop.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna drop it and go, stop now. Very sternly, but calmly.
Dad's back.
I'm confused.
I do not want you to eat me. I would rather be alive, please.
Hey.
Why?
Because
I mean, Hayu's already eating Varric. You might as well take a swing at him.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay, so Samson is going to punch Hayuu as hard as he can.
Damn.
Wow.
Rude. Should have taken my spoon.
Phrasing. Swing. Right?
Ow. Alright, what do I
God
need
damn.
to defend against?
Does a 12 beat your armor class?
It does not, no.
Okay, then he missed.
Okay. Alright, so what do I do? Dodge, while I guess holding one of Varric's arms, kind of like, you're like a turkey leg kind of thing going on.
Poor
It's
Varric.
Like, do you want some of this or something? Like, here, take a bite.
He's going to grab the arm. He's going to closely inspect it. Give me 1 second. I got a message, Bird.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, cool. My internet. Yeah, that took like 10 seconds to send. Okay.
Talking about internet issues.
So he's gonna grab the arm from you and squeeze it out like a wet T-shirt and drink all the blood in it.
Oh, I mean, I guess if that's how you want it, sure.
He's gonna hand it back to you.
At this point, Esmeralda kind of goes, now you know why he was in the jar.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm done with this too as well. I'll just throw the arm off to the side.
He's gonna go back over to the arm, pick it up, and then take it back and offer it to you again.
Now you're playing fetch.
Wait, I thought you. Wait, you wanted me? Okay. All right, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just keep it. That's fine. And he just kind of like hides it behind his back.
You essentially have a very large puppy. All right.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the room as this is happening? So, know there's some other thoughts and theories for people who haven't really completely acknowledged what they've witnessed so far.
Naga's also punching me.
Yeah, Naga. I did notice that Naga is punching you. Whether very hard or not is a totally different story.
So Rukhar is kind of sitting off to the side, and he looks a little bit puzzled at everything that's kind of going on right now. But he has also removed his armor, and he has his shield out in front of him, and you guys can kind of see him tracing designs on those two items. If anybody's noticing.
Okay.
On his like,
Samson noticed.
Altharion doesn't.
I'm just sitting down right where I woke up,
Okay.
Yeah,
looking at the whole show, and just giving off this deep sigh of like,
Here we go again.
So to
here we
fill
go
you
again.
guys in chat,
And
Altharion's just gone and sat down next to Avery's body.
I look at the mug, still not knowing what the hell the mug is. At least it's freaking full. And I just go back to drinking.
Chugging his endless wine.
Of course.
Rukhar is gonna sort of look at Evanora and look at Hayuu, and just sort of be like, "So, you recognize him too?"
Yeah, that's Hayuu.
I know. I saw him in my dream. So, do we wait?
But he was in my dream too.
Does everybody else recognize him? He's asking to the group.
I recognize him.
Altharion
Wait.
stays silent.
Yeah, nAga does too, as he's punching him.
He's punching him. Yeah. nAga is still.
Wailing on him.
Oh, how? Okay.
Oofed.
Yeah. He's definitely. He's doing some stuff to him.
Okay.
Well, I hear about this dream. I stopped drinking. I was telling him like, what sort of dream are you guys talking about?
I mean, if we saw Hayuu, then there's like, the name Zarelon ring a bell to you guys?
No.
Oh, Evanora's head is gonna whip to you.
Those nAgas. Yeah.
And you're gonna see the most like dagger holy eyeballs
So
burning into your soul.
So let me get this straight. You guys have been in some sort of dream this whole time?
Well, like I could see through this guy, this fucking, this
Language.
Whoa!
person. This guy, he killed my parents. His name was Zarelon, and he was in this group party, sort of.
nAga's punching Rukhar too.
with
okay.
Hayuu, and there was this lich and all that kind of stuff, and after seeing all like the stuff that he was doing and just wanted to get some revenge for like my parents and stuff like that, I altered his thoughts and sort of forced him to sacrifice himself on that table. But does that mean that, like, does that sound familiar? Did you guys all see that?
Question. Point of order.
Uh-oh.
Did Smithy's current character see everything past the resurrection?
Yes.
Did he? I thought my vision stopped when he
Your
sacrificed.
vision stopped when he sacrificed.
Yeah.
That,
So I don't
his
know
first
about after the
resurrection,
sacrifice.
He came back, but after the sacrifice, no.
Okay. Perfect.
As you're talking to the group, Smithy, Samson's gonna walk over and press his forehead into the back of your head.
I'm gonna like bend quickly and sort of put my hand on your chest to like back you up and be like, what are you doing?
Your hand is going to absorb into my chest, and I'm going to keep my forehead onto your head.
Evanora's going to shove you.
Pardon
Pardon my language. Yes.
Oh no.
Pardon my language. She's gonna shove you and go, you stupid son of a bitch, you almost killed half of us.
Wait, how? What? How? I killed him.
Well, guess what? He came back.
What do you mean? Balithal killed him on the table.
I didn't
When
see
he
that.
says that, Rukhar's gonna look at him like he's gonna snap over. His head's gonna snap towards him. Like, what?
You'll hear
Yeah.
Altharion very muffledly go, just everyone calm down.
Just drinking in my corner, like, it's an interesting story. I
Daggers. Still. Just
I'm
so many
surprised
daggers.
that you guys all share the same dream.
Did you not?
No, I've been in a darkness the entire time. It's just pitch black.
How? Okay. So many things.
I was gonna say, can we insight check that?
Yeah, you can insight check
See
anything.
if we believe him. I totally believe him. He's completely telling the truth.
He's 100% telling the truth.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna believe the same thing probably. Oh wow. Okay.
Nat 20.
with a 0.
Oof.
Samson just gonna automatically believe you no matter what.
Okay. While he's talking,
yeah,
Sugar shoved me, my hand stuck inside of some kind of thing.
Yes.
When Evanora pushes Rukhar, does his hand get freed? Assuming that he's gonna stumble.
Hey Don, how you doing?
back?
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna. I sort of see Rukhar. I've seen some boxes and stuff like that here, so I'm gonna assume, like from Evanora's shove, that he's gonna sort of stumble and sort of fall back on his butt.
Depending on
Maybe.
should I have a strength check? I'm just curious how
Yeah.
hard you actually shove him.
I shoved him as hard as possible.
She could nat 20 you through the building for all I care. Let's see.
Okay, not that
All right,
hard,
so you stumble
apparently.
back a bit. You don't fall, but you do trip and catch yourself.
It's almost a caress.
Yeah. You kind of pet him a little bit.
She like rubs my shoulder.
So at this,
extend his hand and go, I am helping you. Reach.
At this point, the door opens, and a very angry and fitful nAga storms out.
Oh.
And you're all left with a dull Barovia light seeping into the room from outside.
Yeah,
Rukhar's gonna
definitely
ask
following.
Esmeralda, did you have that dream too? That's Esmeralda, right?
Yeah. She's gonna look at you and go, no, dear. I've been watching all of you sleep for a month.
For a month?
Well, in this time anyway, but yes.
We've been asleep for a month?
Sure.
We really like sleeping.
Oh my
Most of the
god.
time
This...
we spent in Barovia, we've
Oh,
been
wait.
asleep.
But hey, you, how did... If you were in our dreams, how are you here?
He leaves, he fucking leaves. No.
What is this dream you're talking about?
Altharion's gonna pop his head up at the hearing of Hayuu, and he's gonna turn and he's gonna go and look and goes, "What happened to Eliadan?"
That's why you look familiar. And he tries to go and like poke your jawline just like a little bit, and then takes a step back and like.
Remember, Eliadan.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Altharion's actually sitting down, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Altharion's sitting down.
Yeah.
Okay.
To everyone's look, how Altharion's posed, he's actually sitting down directly next to Avery's body. His arms are folded across his knees, and as when you hear him, his head's actually up, but his head was actually leaning on his arms. When he said to everyone to just calm down, it was when his head was down. That's why I was muffled.
Here for it.
So continue, Hayuu. Sorry, I wanted to add that bit of context.
That's right. Yeah, so he goes and just pokes your like jawline and then takes a step back. And then says, yeah, it didn't do anything for me. But you seem familiar. You said what happened to Eliadan? I haven't heard that name in years.
Hundreds of years, to be very precise.
At this point, Altharion's going to pull out the sword. I go, I'm sure you recognize this.
Yeah.
No. It's a sword.
It is
it. I'm sorry. I freaking love Hayuu so much. It hurts my soul.
Okay. What about it? I don't necessarily. I mean, it's a sword.
You would recognize it if you really sat and thought about it, and you might, but you might take a few minutes. Okay. And you will remember it being used that very day.
It is Eliadan's sword.
So Hayuu kind of just like gives the sword like a good like check and sweep, just like noticing all the details, to find like intricate like carvings and all that stuff, and just it is his sword. How do you have Eliadan's sword?
He is my ancestor.
I think the proper response there was Samson gave it
to me. Please tell me Samson said that.
Hang on, Altharion's just gathering his thoughts, and he goes, Samson, who was in the jar, had the sword, and I recognized it as he was holding it within the jar. That's why I opened the jar.
Right. That makes sense.
Because I wanted the sword. Despite all the hurt and all the pain that comes along with it. Unfortunately, I'm still duty bound to it. I'm still duty bound. No.
Did you cut yourself?
I am duty bound to find this sword.
Well, hey, you got it.
Duty.
Right.
Then as Samson's in the doorway walking away, he's gonna go, then you're welcome, and then he keeps walking.
Altharion's gonna hold the sword in his hand for a little bit. Just looking at it. And to kind of give you an idea of what's going through his head, he has these emotions of feeling unworthy, of questioning why this sword has come to him now. How has it even gotten into Barovia? Because he saw Eliadan leave with Vandry and Hayuu, who's right in front of him. And he questions, how's Hayuu here? I can't deal with this. And he puts the sword back, and whilst he remains sitting, his arms still folded, he drops his head back onto his arms.
He seems very distraught. I don't know about you guys, but he seems a little upset.
Just a little bit, yeah. I
A little smidge.
A little bit's an understatement.
Just minorly. Ever so minorly.
Wait, your head is like just kind of like in your hands, just like.
No. So as in like his hands are like this, his head's like this.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what it looks like to you.
Hayuu was just gonna like slowly approach and just give him like small pats, just like for what it's worth. He was a cool guy.
Sorry.
He was like family.
I know Hayuu. The stories were drilled into me as a child. Every single night, we would hear of another of Eliadan's tales around the dinner table. Being the eldest, I heard them time and time and time again. I got sick of it. I got sick of the burden. And he's saying, mind you, he's saying all of this whilst his head's still down, so you're only really hearing it if you're like within like a short distance of him. So hey, you would probably be able to hear it, but no one else. And he's like, that's why I ran. It's too much weight, too much of a burden, and yet the burden finds me once again. And he just sighs. He lets out a semi-audible sigh of just frustration and hurt.
Was there anything I can do? Do you want to throw away the sword? We can do that if you want.
No.
Okay. Well, slowly backs away.
He'll raise his head for a second and go to him though. I saw what Eliadan did for you. Whilst I wouldn't agree with everything he did, I saw that the good that he did. He tried to help you. I will do the same. In honor of his memory. And then he'll drop his head back down.
Fox, I sent you a message when you get a second. Sorry. No, you're fine.
How dare you? Oh my God, get it together, please.
I guess
Got role plays to do.
Very funny game and stay very funny.
Point, awkwardly just be like, okay, yeah. I mean, if you really want to, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. And just like slowly back away, like towards the front of the building.
So at this point, Rukhar is going to get up after putting his armor back on, and he's going to walk over to Altharion, and he's going to put his hand on his shoulder and tell him, yeah, family has a way of coming back to haunt you at times, but we've got a lot of people to take care of here, man. Let's go.
I'm just going to clear my throat while they're doing all that. I'm like, considering that it's been a month, aren't we like overdue for a meeting by about 27 days?
Right.
Evanora's gonna let out like a groan and kind of do like the bridge of her nose pinch, go like, damn it, you're right, yeah.
When Rukhar does that to Altharion, he goes, I can't right now. It's all too much. I need a moment to myself, please. Hopefully that was audible for everyone, just so I'm clear.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
He also does not look up at you, Rukhar. He does not look up at you whatsoever.
Rude. Sorry.
Okay.
Caught on to that now. I think. Maybe. All right. As you guys are starting to come to, you're getting your wits about you. Some of you notice that some items are new in your pockets, or on you, or a piece of your equipment. Things that you remember from said dream just appeared.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's there.
Most of you don't have to look around for your items.
Yeah.
They're already either equipped or in your pocket or in your bag, whatever it may be.
So Rogar's going to see the staff.
Yep.
And is just gonna, he's gonna look at it sort of in disgust, and he's gonna grab it and he's gonna be like, I don't want this. Drakax, you could probably use this better than I can. And we'll sort of hold it out towards Drakax.
I'll grab it, and I will look at it. And I'm like, do I recognize the staff at all?
Yeah. It's definitely something you've seen around and heard of many times in the past.
Okay.
I'll get you the full details at it.
Okay.
I have it copied if you want me to DM it to him.
I have it.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, there he is.
And then he'll sort of say, "That's the weapon Zarlon used to kill my parents, and I want nothing to do with it. Hopefully, you can put it to better use."
And with that, he kills all of us.
Actually, he didn't use the
Right
staff to
now.
kill you. Oh, you're
Correct.
talking about him. Well, I mean.
Yeah, for
That's
sure,
what we're
Don,
talking
for sure.
about. Anything can
I
happen.
mean,
Agent of Camps.
cool.
He's not saying no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's an innocent boy.
Until now, Rogar and Dracax have had that like dragon bros bond, you know, so he's got no reason not to trust him.
Right.
And then Rogar will sort of go up to Evanora and just be like sort of very, very quiet because obviously she's quite peeved. But he'll just sort of timidly be like, "I thought I was helping. You know, when I forced him to sacrifice himself, whatever he did to you or whatever he did to the others in the dream was not of my doing. I was no longer able to see anything after he was sacrificed. I thought he was dead."
She's gonna still kind of give you that the dagger eyes. But as she's listening to you, she's gonna soften a bit, but you're still gonna have that "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed" look, you know? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep, the mom
And she's
look.
gonna let out a sigh. And still with a little bit of venom in her voice, she's gonna turn to you fully and say, "I get what you were doing. I understand. But your actions will affect everybody else. You need to think about that moving forward." And then she's gonna turn and walk away from you.
And he'll just put his head down and be like, "Yes, ma'am," and he'll sort of like walk back to his corner where she pushed him.
Bad dragon.
Squeak, squeak. You're so bad. Oh my god, I love it. All right. nAga, what are you doing exactly?
nAga is currently
Lol,
laying
Dragoon.
face first in the dirt.
Laying there?
Just laying there.
Okay.
Like starfishing, like arms and legs out.
That's fair. That's fair. He's having a little bit of a breakdown, I think.
Yeah, I'm currently writing in the journal, so.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, fair.
Oh, as you're like face down, just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monks do have pretty neat, weird stuff they can do, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Just has to make sure that this
I'm
is what we're
dexterous.
seeing.
So, because I was following nAga, do I see him face plant into the ground? This is very important for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because I need to see that, because that's funny.
I want to see that. Sorry.
Where is he, Bird?
Down out the main door, yeah.
I do not see anything out there.
Oh, really? All right,
Yeah.
1 second.
Also, Samson has the sight thing that Scarth had.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
You should not have any restrictions, though. Oh. I found it.
Yay! Oh,
Better?
way better. Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't have you set up properly. Sorry.
He's going to squat down next to nAga, and he's going to go, "What a sad little man."
You know what? He's not going to respond, but he is going to throw his journal down at the ground, and kind of just sit there.
Samson's going to pat you harder on the head, almost like light slaps the back of the head, going, "Did you not hear me?"
Alright, between him and Hayuu, this is great.
It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
This is amazing.
My heart is so full right now. I can't handle it. I need a vacation. Please decide.
He's just going to yell out that it felt nothing, and it's searching, it's finding.
Samson is gonna go. It felt nothing. I do not understand. Please explain.
He's not going to say anything further.
Samson's going to go pick up the journal.
Cool. I'll send it to you.
Okay. I'm very excited.
He makes no reaction to take it from you.
Okay. This actually might be important to what I do next.
Maybe.
I was gonna say, can Samson read though?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Let me tell
Kinda
you
rude.
some things.
Oh, I
Samson.
mean,
He can speak Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, write all those. Soon he'll be able to read any language. He can read.
okay.
Lol, Armored Cav.
It's a construct,
Basically,
so
I thought of him like a child, you know. So I'm like, can he read?
emotionally, yes.
Think of him as Ultron. Very smart, but knows exactly 0 things. Except
I like it.
don't have access to the internet. Or I would probably also be going on a rampage.
Probably.
I'm very excited to read this.
So as you are, doing your thing with nAga, and the door is still open, walking through the door are 2 very large clay golems that take up a majority of the space. They walk straight through everything, make no mind to anybody around them, and stand at the back far corner of the space that you're in. Almost like that's where they're supposed to be.
I like it.
Turn to Esmeralda and be like, Esmeralda?
Don't worry about them. Elevator lift. If you stand in front of them, they'll bring it down. If you don't, they won't. Don't bother them and they won't fight you. Just leave them alone. They're safe.
Did you say elevator lift?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
Where's the elevator?
I mean, if you want to stand there, it'll come down to you. And a few minutes later, because Drax stepped right into the space, a lift starts to slowly come down with a chain clinking sound. And they
I want to
open
go on
a
an
little
elevator
door,
ride.
And they allow anybody in. Mind you, there's a weight limit, so they
I
look
look back.
at you guys, just scan you up and down, one at a time, in a very hollowed voice.
I mean, at least
Okay,
I didn't
let's-
say one must die.
No.
Rogar's just gonna like let out like a deep sigh and sit. He's just gonna sit right there.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice.
Before I get on the elevator,
Mm-hmm.
I look back at Esmeralda. I point up. I'm like, he's upstairs, isn't he?
Of course, dear.
All right. Step on the platform. Off we
Okay.
go.
All right.
We made him wait long enough.
Let me scan back to my proper being.
Great.
Where is it?
I'm so excited. Can you tell?
Up.
As
I mean, we're 27 days late for a meeting, so
as Altharion,
When you say that, Esmeralda just kind of smirks at you and shrugs her shoulders a little bit. Just, if a little bit.
So at Rogar asking Esmeralda about about Man Richter.
Yeah.
He'll kind of perk up, and for those of you paying attention, you'll actually see him wipe away a couple of tears. He doesn't fully collect himself, but he'll stand back up. He kind of looks a bit more hunched over than normal. And he'll go, Esmeralda, is there another way up other than the lift? Like, where are the stairs? Kind of thing.
So you can visibly see a circular staircase that wraps the building. And it actually goes just around where the elevator shaft is. So if you paid more, very close attention to where the elevator goes, you can see that it should have been something there. But you can take the stairs if you would like. All the way up.
He'll go.
Rukhar's-
Okay. Okay, thank you. And you kind of see him. He's definitely not himself. Like, you guys can all notice that something's up with Altharion. Like, he is just... Think of it like he's like bearing the weight of the world on his shoulders right now, but he's feeling that. And so he's kind of like, he's not super up straight as he'd normally be. He's kind of a bit more hunched over. As he kind of starts to make his way out, he also flicks over his hood, which you've actually never see him do that around you unless he's been traveling at the front of the party. And as he does that, he starts to head out the door. And he passes Evanora, and then he starts to make his way to the stairs. And he kind of checks first. Does Esmeralda kind of give him a direction?
She just kind of points and kind of to the right a little bit. So from her direction, it would be, if you're looking at the screen to the left side, you'll see like that wooden shaft there.
Yeah.
That wraps you around the entire building.
Cool. So he'll kind of...
So if you just drag your character straight up the screen, there's quite a bit here.
Okay.
So they're at the top floor.
All right. So now I'm gonna lose everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll go one more.
So how tall is this tower
there's
again?
one more. So you're up in here.
Oh, jeez, right the way up. Okay.
Yep.
So he'll kind of come
He said
in.
boo.
I did. I said boop.
And he'll be like very much
Well, technically speaking, you would be here. Yes.
Yeah.
That's where the staircase ends.
he'll kind of just slowly come in, and as he comes in, you for both Drakax and Rukhar, you'll hear him go, Ben Richten, I'm sorry. Sorry we missed our meeting.
Oh, it's fine. You've been here the entire time. Is the rest of the party coming?
I don't know.
Who else is gonna come up with them? Whether via elevator or stairs. Totally up to you. I'm just gonna drag you up. It's easier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll go up too.
Alright, so
Evanora will go
one-
up eventually.
Okay.
She's gonna check on nAga first.
Okay.
I am progressively slapping nAga in the head harder.
Take that. Esmeralda is gonna kind of just step out with Evanora. She doesn't have to go upstairs. She doesn't want to. So I'll drag you three. Ooh. Hey, stop it, you dick. Thanks.
Dang.
I clicked my mouse on accident, and you know how these stupid mice, when you click it, it just scrolls for you. So it scrolled away from the characters, so I dropped them. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we fell to our deaths.
And you fell to your deaths, yes. Each floor of this building is 20 feet. There are 4 floors. So
It's like 150 dwarves tall.
Dang.
That's
it is. It's many dwarf tall.
Okay, maybe not, but
You look like a dwarf.
I mean,
Convenient.
Ben Richten's an old man, so it makes sense, Don.
Also,
It makes sense.
Yes, dear.
Hayu's token can't see anything.
God damn it.
Vera can though, but
That's what you can see.
Dual vision, got it.
That's why I was saying like that. That's
Yeah. Bright lights. Ooh, not 630. You're gonna see my computer from there. That should help.
yep.
All right.
You're seeing through Bird's monitor at that point.
Watching everything I'm doing. This is my life now. All right. So Evanora is going to check on nAga, who is being moderately pummeled in the back of the head by Samson. All right. They're just gonna kill each other. Yeah, no kidding.
So pretty much, as Altharion passes Evanora, he kind of puts a hand on her shoulder,
So
and
upstairs,
she can feel the heaviness of it as well.
Van Richten is sitting in the center of a room that's pretty empty. There's a small desk. It has some writing implements, a couple of wooden stakes, nothing really fancy. The entire room looks really archaic, and it's moderately dusty. He hasn't really been staying here very much, especially since Esmeralda came into town. As you guys know, previously, he was hiding from her.
Mm-hmm.
She took over the tower because that's, what women do. And she kind of took over. So clean. Yeah. And she kind of took over and has been controlling most of the operation. And he goes, "Oh, good. Most of you are here. I know that there's probably some upsets downstairs, but things happen, especially in Barovia."
Look, I'm sorry. It was that time.
You have to do what you have to do to survive. No, we all do it.
Rukhar's gonna just say, "Yeah, I bet you do."
It's only once a month. I don't know why. Sorry.
Altharion's gonna pipe up.
Hayuu.
And he's gonna go, "That's enough. Ben Richten, how did you find us? Last I remember, it was myself, Carric, nAga, and we were chasing after a small child that had run off from us. We found a fire. I put it out by clapping my hands 3 times.
Rukhar is gonna audibly start laughing.
That still gets you, huh?
Altharion doesn't.
Oh, every time.
Altharion doesn't even notice.
Must have been in the family.
And we saw the floating tower off in the distance with the person walking in front of it, and before we knew it, the tower was right in front of us, and that's when we fell asleep. What happened?"
Hey, wait, that's right. Evanora was pissing off a god at the bottom of the lake.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Just saying. However, he looks at you and he goes, "It's impressive, your memory. However, you were nonchalantly walking into what they call the Mad Mage around here." He just gets scared. He really didn't mean any harm. So I had Esmeralda put everyone to sleep so we could get you out so he wouldn't attack. Because you're a threat. Because he doesn't know you. So we brought everyone here to hopefully be here when you woke up, but apparently her magic here is not as good as it was out of here. Or, well, maybe it's better. I don't know. Or maybe it's just Barovia itself, and Strahd played a big part in it. I don't know. I don't know what you witnessed while you were asleep. I don't know what dreams you might have had.
Darkness.
Or a whole lot of nothing. But for the few days that you were asleep, we tried to keep you as safe as we could.
You mean a month, right?
No, well, no, actually. And he looks and he points to the desk, and on it he has written, almost etched into the wood, like a makeshift calendar where he would mark days out of each of the months. And he actually keeps it looks like a clock, but it's more like a sundial that works in Barovia, and it casts actual light instead of darkness. It works kind of reversed. And he goes, "No, it's actually about 6 days, but it feels probably like a month or so." if you don't keep track. I keep track of everything. So the few days, I don't know what you guys might have witnessed if you were together or not, but maybe it'll help us. What did anybody see anything?
At this point, Altharion will pull out the sword and he'll go, I'm not sure if you'd recognize this or not.
I don't know if you will. Let's find out. Nope.
And
beautiful. Looks old.
It is. What I witnessed whilst we were asleep was of my ancestor who wielded this blade. And he'll put it back into his back. And he'll go, I'm not sure what everyone else saw, but I saw a group of adventurers going into a house, finding their way down into the basement. A party member died along the way, and then another one willingly sacrificed himself at the hands of another party member that then came back to life at the will of another party member and then turned on the rest of the party. I remember all I felt was fear, all I felt was pain. All I felt was just being afraid and just wanting to get out of there alive. And sorry, and Elidan got out. That's his name. He got out with Hayuu and Vandry. But to feel his pain, to feel the betrayal, to feel what he went through, on top of everything else, it's too much to bear. And what you will find, we may, and you'll turn to everyone and go, you guys might want to talk about it, you guys might not. But I need to process this. I really do. And he'll just kind of slump down. And just in the same position again. But his hood's over him this time. Hands on his, arms crossed on his knees. And his forehead on his arms.
Van Vrichten at that point, well, he's an older man. He's seen quite some stuff. He just walks over to you and kind of rests his hand on your shoulder, and he just leaves it there, and that's it. Doesn't say anything. And he looks at everybody else, and because if any of you were in any dreams and you're feeling this or not, you're free to stay. Do as you need. Process. Feel. Do whatever you have to do. But I'm going to have to look into what might have done that. And how that might have actually happened. Because you should have just slept. And any dreams would have been something of your own, but Barovia does weird things. Wild magic and all.
Altharion will pipe up kind of so he's actually visibly crying right now. He's hiding it from everyone, but he's in tears. Mm-hmm. And you'll kind of hear him choked up and he'll go, and he pipes up, Strahd was there. He was in the dream. That
makes a lot more sense.
The reason that everyone turned, or people turned on each other, It's because of him. Because someone within the group...
Did you recognize where you were? Was it here? Like, have you been to a place that reminded you of it recently?
Yes. I know the exact house.
Fascinating. Okay.
And you'll just hear Altharion break down. That's all you hear.
Octavio, well, Van Richten, I'm just going to keep calling him Rick, it's easier, walks over to his desk and he pulls out a bunch of books that he has, handwritten journals and so on and so forth. And he starts kind of going over experiences he's had that had to do with dreamscapes of some sorts. And he stands there just kind of scanning over everything. And he goes, we need to get Strahd and we need to kill him. That is the goal. That's the ultimate goal. It's the only way to free this place, ourselves and our ancestors, it seems. But how can one state live inside of another? How can a person that you would recognize, how would an item that you know transfer? That's what we have to figure out.
Just quick out of character. Rukhar would remember the knowledge that Zarlon had, or would he not?
Yes, up until...
Like, would he know the knowledge that Zarlon had of the house?
Anything that he previously knew, no, unless it was something he was actively thinking about.
I know that was very heavy, chat.
Thinking about the things that he knew.
That was very heavy, and I know
portions
that.
of the house or the history of it. Then yes, you could potentially have that crossed over.
Okay. So Rukhar will just sort of look at Rick because that's way easier.
It's way easier.
And he'll be like, "You may know of the house as Death House."
He looks up at you and he kind of has this bewildered, like, I haven't heard that name in a very long time. I believe it's here though, very close. And he starts rummaging through all of his papers again. It takes him a good few minutes to find it. But after a little bit, he does. He pulls it out, and he has a piece of paper written down, and on the top of it, he has Wachter House, with quotations that say Death House, and underneath it a list of cult members. He hands it to you, goes, "This is all I really knew. I never went there, but I've heard some things and I've archived some things from other places."
He hands it to me?
Yeah. You're the one that said it.
Yeah. And I'll be like, I mean, we stopped at the Wachter House a little while back, but I mean, it didn't look anything like what we saw in our dreams. There were some similarities, but very, very few and far between.
With a place like this and people like these, there's a lot of illusions that go on. So it very well could be correct, or it actually might be changed. I don't really know the full history of the house, but I'm gonna do some research and see. How did you find yourselves there? And were all of you there?
I'm gonna shake my head. It's like, the story that they're telling is interesting, but I was just in an empty darkness, boy, the entire time.
Seems like all of us were there but one. I mean, Drakax is saying he saw only darkness, but then everybody else sort of have these memories of characters that were all in each of our dreams. And I mean, Hayuu, and he'll sort of point back to Hayuu, was there. Like, he was with the adventurers, and now he's here, and I don't understand.
It is absolutely fascinating. How did you get here, Hayuu? Do you know?
Well, it's hard to recall. It's been so many hundreds of years. It's just certain things just kind of get lost with time. I'm not entirely sure, but I noticed in my travels this particular group, and that's it. I don't know. They seem interesting.
Okay.
And you were hungry, clearly, while we were sleeping. I mean...
Okay. First, I told you I could explain. It's just one time a month. I'm sorry. Wrong place. What you guys had to move for 6 days. I was kind of concerned. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was gonna leave
So
before you
yeah,
guys woke
ate
up.
them?
So you were stress eating one of the party members.
It was wrong time, wrong place. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just thing that happened.
So you only eat once a month?
I mean, in order to keep functioning, yes, that's what I have to do. That's it. I don't know. I don't know why, but that's just what happens.
Altharion will, as he hears how you talking about this, he'll kind of pull his head out of his arms. But if you actually look at him, you can see the tears that are coming down his face. And he'll go, "Where's Scarth?"
Scar, who? How do you know Scarth?
Remember, I saw the entire thing in the house, Hayuu. I saw everything. I saw Scarth open the portal. I saw you go into it, Elliadan shortly behind, and then Vandry.
Fire. Sorry.
I mean, he's around. And stuff. Yeah, he's around. We visit from time to time. Again, it's been hundreds of years. We kind of lost touch with each other, but occasionally he'll make his presence, and we hang out. And that's it.
Okay. I need answers.
Well, answers to what?
To what happened to Elliadan, to why I'm in possession of his sword. And I know, Van Richten, you said that you're going to look into seeing how we could have come into possession of such items.
Definitely on the theory that it's due to Strahd. And if it has anything to do with the Wachter House and the magic, it's very possible that he could pluck it out of another world. There's a lot of strong magic around here. Ones that we don't even know exist. But the fact that it was brought to you is probably not just chance. Maybe it was your turn to know.
Have you ever spoken to Stanimir? Or to Madame Eva? Van Richten?
In passing, probably. Not too formally.
They want the same end. And you kind of see him stand up, Altharion just kind of stand up. And you'll head over to the table opposite Drakax. And he'll just kind of put his hands like right onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll go, go, we've already started gaining allies towards that end. We have the cleric from the church on our side. Our next actual course of action was to actually, after running into you and finding you, if we hadn't have run into you, our actually next course of action was probably to go and find the Mad Mage and try and get him on side. I'm not sure what you think.
That might take some effort and heavily potent magic. Not impossible.
I'll look at Drax. Like, Drax, how, out of character, how is the staff stored on Drax? Would it be visible?
The one that Smithy gave me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a quarterstaff, so I have it like behind on my back.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Is it kind of like tied to your bag? Is it sticking up behind your body at all? Like.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
you could, and depending how long is a quarterstaff again?
I don't know.
Pretty substantial. A couple feet.
Yeah. I'm happy to make a perception check to see if I can actually see it. And I'm also happy to make it with disadvantage, considering Altharion's current state.
Quarterstaff is about 6 to 9 feet, so yeah, I think you can see it.
Yeah, I would say like for this instance, so it actually like shows up. It's about 7.5 feet.
Okay.
You know, because Sarlon was tall, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I'd recognize it straight away, yeah, if Altharion was to look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll look at kind of everyone. I kind of won't start at Drax, but because I would lift my head straight away, Drax is kind of the first person I'd see. And I'd go, I recognize that star. That's Zarlon's star.
Yeah, I point out Rukhar. It's like he said he didn't have any use for it, so he gave it to me. I think he mentioned that Sarlon killed his family whenever he was waking up, but like I said, I haven't seen the same dream as you guys, and I pat my pockets and stuff like that. It's like I don't have anything new like you guys.
That's okay.
Besides,
Drax,
like, you know,
I'm not gonna question you right now. I'm still trying to figure everything out myself. Would that be strong enough, Van Richten, that staff? I don't know, but it might help if you've seen it before. If you have anything in your notes potentially on it, I don't know if you do or not. Or even he'll turn to Rukhar and go, Rukhar, if you've got any insight, whether that would help. I just.
You're muted.
I mean, I don't know the Mad Mage, but I know that staff is very powerful. I believe he referred to it as the Staff of Power.
Have you ever heard of it, Van Richten?
Not in recent years, but maybe I have something. And he goes through his book again. He's got several books.
So it reminds me of nAga in his journal.
Yeah, he's got a lot of journaling that goes on. But that's what he's done for decades, don't forget. So everything that he's thought of or seen or possibly heard of is written down somewhere.
While Bank Richter is going through his books, like, does anyone know the name of the Matt Wizard or whatever? Like
the Mad Mage.
Oh, the Mad Mage?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember out of character. I'm just asking, like, the party or, you know, the NPC. I mean, the guy, you know.
Well, I mean,
You said it was. What was it again? Malcolm something?
yeah.
Valkyr. Valkyr, Harpel.
Harpel, right?
Yep.
Yush.
Yeah. Upon kind of Drax asking that question, would I be able to make a history check to see if I can remember what the tower looked like for the tower that I'm looking for? If I can see if that tower matches up with the tower that we saw right in front of us before we went to sleep.
Yeah, you can do that. Let's see why not. Yeah, it looks very similar, if not identical, to what you remember and what you're looking for very, very specifically.
So we confirm the name like in character of the guy, right?
Yeah. At this point, as Van Richten's looking through his book, he would just say it's Harpel, and I'm too old to remember his first name.
Okay.
Rukhar would have confirmed it.
And would have confirmed.
Well, like I'm gonna grab my bag and I'm gonna start looking through my things, and I'm just gonna pull a dusty old book out of my bag and be like, by any chance, could you read this? And I show him the journal.
He takes it from you and he kind of opens it a little bit and he goes, no, where did you find this? And he starts kind of just page after page after page. Nothing other than some light sketch drawings really he can read.
So I found this journal in the archives of the, what was it again?
Oakhurst.
Oh yeah, that place. And we were told it was a wizard mage that had been in town, and I thought it would be useful, because we were told to go look for him because he was helpful in the town, and
He's from Oakhurst, huh? And he just keeps skimming through, not finding anything, but kind of just looking to see if anything stands out at all.
With that history check, Bird, would I recognize Drax mentioning that name and associate that with the tower?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll pipe up then and go, I'm looking for that tower. That's why I'm here.
Well, Harpel worked with Strahd for many, many years. Many years. He was set to overthrow Strahd, but decided to work with him rather than against him. And then went crazy and no one knew why. So if you're trying to get to that tower, we're definitely going to need to find something that'll actually get that guy to
calm down,
let go of whatever is blocking his consciousness.
Maybe Madame Eva could help.
Possibly.
If she's already looking to send us there.
Like, Rukhar is gonna sort of just pipe up and be like, what type of thing would we be looking for that would have that kind of ability?
You're probably going to want, and he goes back to the other book and he starts flipping through again. I have a specific spell written here that might work. I don't think anybody's tried it. I don't know if anybody can do it anymore.
What spell are we talking about?
I'm trying to find the name of it so that I remember which one it is. Boop, 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 boop.
So I'm guessing this is as Van Richten's kind of flicking through books trying to find this.
Yeah, as he's flicking through the book, because it's, lining up with me not having that note out.
Altharion will say, I can get us close. undetected close.
That would be helpful.
And with those of us in the room, I'm going to share the information about my new level spell.
Here it is. Okay.
So you know what? While Rick goes doing its things, like I'm gonna look at Altharion. I'll be like, I know it's a touchy subject, but you know, whenever you feel like sharing some more, I'm interested on who exactly betrayed you guys. Because why would a party member do that to someone to begin with?
If Evanora was there, she would just throw daggers.
Wait, what?
Altharion
Eyeball daggers.
Oh.
Altharion will go. Party member who sacrificed themselves on the altar was Zalon.
Oh.
When Scarth raised his skeleton, unbeknownst to us at that, unbeknown to me at that period of time, because we didn't see, you know, we didn't know until closer towards the end of the dream. One of the party members, Kaiser, was working for Strahd without our knowledge and had pretty much made Zalon's skeleton out and taken pretty much somewhat control away from Scarth, and Zalon had it out for Eliadan, and he took a swing by meteor shower. That's all the fear that I feel. That's all the hurt, all the pain, because I felt Eliadan's fear. I felt his hurt, his betrayal. Because whilst... And you just kind of hear him just try to keep his emotions in check. Because whilst he mightn't have liked Zalon, I felt it in Eliadan that he would rather walk away and not bring harm to someone else just because they've got problems. Just because they don't see eye to eye doesn't mean you should bring blows to someone. He held true to that. And it would just kind of lean forward a bit more and lean on the desk.
I'm hearing all this, I'm like nodding, I'm like, okay. That's some interesting information.
And he picks up a page and he goes, sorry. Okay, well, if it's not something more powerful, a greater restoration should cure any kind of charmed effects, or, you know, at least heal him of any kind of mind issues. If it's something stronger, it's probably from him, and there's no way you're going to fight it until it finishes its spell duration. If it's a spell. So, you could try. I haven't tried myself. I don't think anybody else has. He's scary to a lot of people.
Maybe an ally that we've made can help.
Perhaps.
You know the cleric in the town?
Yeah.
He's on our side. He might be
a good start.
Might be willing to help. But I'm not sure if he's going to be willing to leave the church.
That's definitely something that we would have to figure out. Have you made any other allies since you've come here?
He was our first. We've got Stanimir, Madame Eva. After speaking with Bluto, who was the one sending children into the lake, we found out that the Burgomaster and the Baron in the city are working with Strahd, so they're going to be of no assistance, but we know the people are rising up against them. There's chatter on the street.
Might be helpful to try to find a few more allies.
I agree.
And possibly incite a riot.
Hayuu
Riot?
like raise his hand and be like, "Hi, hello."
Altharion will turn to Hayuu and go, "You know where I stand with you, Hayuu. Altharion, Eliadan trusted you."
What? Oh, okay, fine.
So I will as well.
Okay.
If anyone else has a problem with that, feel free to speak up. But I have no problem with Hayuu right now. Because
Neither do I. That's why I tried to give him my spoon.
Yeah. Rukhar, you didn't see it.
I'm just shrugging my shoulders like, I don't know the guy. I just saw him eating Barrick. But to each their own.
Zalon was killed by Birdesque with a spoon that Hayuu gave him. And he'll look up at Hayuu.
Allegedly.
I heard
oh my
Elliot
gosh, I
on
know
it.
that reference. I know that reference. Goodness me, really? We're gonna go there right now?
Allegedly.
Anyway. Altharion will go, and he'll turn to Hayuu and go, "I know that's why you don't use the spoons anymore."
Because of all the spoon talk, he just starts to pace anxiously.
At this time too, Rukhar is going to, after hearing that story from, oh god, I'm gonna mess up names, Altharion, he's gonna place his hand like on his shoulder and be, and basically just say, I could hear and I could feel all the hate that Zarlon had towards Eliadan and to some of the other party members, and that's why I knew that I had to do everything I could to try to make him, you know, to try to get rid of him, to try to, you know, take over and take control. And when I saw the altar, I knew exactly what needed to be done, and I figured there was no better person than to convince him to sacrifice himself on that altar. I had no idea that he was going to turn against you. I thought once he was dead, he was no longer a problem anymore. So I'm sincerely sorry for any harm that I may have caused by doing that.
And Altharion will just kind of be like, I don't blame you, Rukhar. I overheard what you had said to Evanora. I understand. It's just a lot to feel and deal with. Thank you.
And he'll sort of just leave his hand there if you're still sulking. I don't know what position you're in anymore.
I'm just kind of like, if I actually stand up, he's just kind of like this, just kind of looking down, leaning on the desk like that.
So Rokhar's big dragon paw will sort of just be over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Dragon paw. Oh my god.
I love it.
Yeah.
Seeing this whole sharing emotions and stuff like that, I'm just gonna take a big ass swing from my cup.
Because Drax didn't see anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even if I had seen anything, my character doesn't.
You'd still probably be drinking out of it.
Yeah,
I would still be drinking.
It's an endless cup of wine. It's a lush cup.
Someday, my brain. Bird is gonna have to tell me what the hell my cup is.
One day.
Someday.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just gonna nod. It's like, Interesting exchange of information. Have we since we need to find more helpers or cannon fodder, should we look for that wolf man thing from Rukhar's reading? Or, the cards that he mentioned back at the inn?
There's a dragon too.
Oh, well.
Wait,
wasn't there a dragon?
thing?
There was a dragon.
Hold up,
Yes.
hold up. I've got it written down.
How do I'm pulling it up.
There's only one wolf pack in Barovia. What is this wolf thing?
So
Uh,
I look back at the people that remember it, because
okay, so to remind,
I got it. Wait,
You've got it?
It was my reading. It was my reading. So it was the girl downstairs. It was Esmeralda too, right?
yes.
Yeah. So Esmeralda, I met her back at the inn one night while everybody was sleeping, and I was standing guard. She came in, and I sat down with her and had a lovely conversation. She pulled some cards and sort of gave us some insight as to some different things. And one of the cards that she pulled was the Beast card, which is a werewolf with a secret hatred for your enemy that we could use their hatred to our advantage. Would this sort of like bring any triggers to your memory?
Zulika, yeah. You have to find Zulika. She's the only wolf that's against what the pack wants. They all work with Strahd because they won't go against Kirill, the pack leader. And no one can help her do anything about it, so perhaps you're meant to. So that's great information. That whole pack could be taken down to help. That's a great thing. So you have to go to the werewolf den. That's where you have to go.
Where is that? Where can we find that?
Let's see if I can get you to the correct location without giving you the correct location.
I'm just nodding. It's like werewolf then. Sounds like fun. Lots of materials.
Also, what was the main leader's name again?
All right. So the main Chicky Chick.
Did you say Carol?
Yes. So where'd it go? Help. Intro. There it is. Hello. So the leader of the pack is Kirill, Kiril.
Yep.
And the specific wolf that you're looking for is Zulika, Zuleika.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. I need to find the other map because it's just not showing up for me. Nope. Come on. There it is. I just want to compare to where you guys are right now to where you have to go. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay.
I understand the illusionist card now. Sorry.
Somebody put two and two together.
Someone did. Yep.
As we're talking to him, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So you
what
guys
illusionist
are
card?
here.
I'll mention it in a second.
So he kind of gets his bearings for a second. He goes, you have to go northeast. There's a small lake a little bit into the woods. There's a cave entrance at the lake. That's the wolf's den. Enter carefully, but know who you're looking for. You may be able to actually get a rather large and hopeful ally out of that. Was there any other fortunes she gave you?
Yeah,
And he kind of rolls his eyes as he says it. Just a little off the cuff.
There was another one that she had mentioned, the ghost card. Apparently a fallen paladin of the fallen order of knights lies in a cavern of the dead dragon's lair, is how she read it out to me.
So there's a couple of temples in Barovia. I'm not quite sure which one this one would be. But there's Yesteryield, and there's also the Amber Temple. So if you can find the directions to those, I don't know where they are located. Maybe someone does in town, though.
Yesteryield, and what was the other one?
It's the Amber Temple.
Maybe we could ask Madame Eva.
Okay.
We can find her again.
That one we already have.
I don't think she's going anywhere from that spot, I think.
Well, while we're on this roll, Rick, I got a couple other cards if you care to try to shed some light on them.
Well, we already figured one of them that you got was that shiny sword that you haven't done shit with.
Yes, that, and that's also the illusionist card where a man is not what he seems comes here in a carnival wagon. I believe that would lead to you.
He blushes a little bit. She gave you that one on purpose.
So another one we have is the transmuter. So going to a place of dizzying heights where the stone itself is alive.
That's an interesting one. I'm not sure where that one would be directing you to.
Okay.
Where the stone itself is alive, huh?
Can you say that again?
So going, so the whole thing we have for it is history, knowledge of the ancient will better understand our enemies. So going to, the card reads, going to a place of dizzying heights where the stone itself is alive.
Is that this tower with the stone golems?
They're playing. We've made that.
Oh, okay. All right, just asking.
What if it's the Mad Mage's tower? Tower of Dizzying Heights?
Could be.
Well, it says a place of dizzying heights, so it could be like a mountain too. Where the mountain itself is alive or the stone's alive. I don't know. I'm sure maybe we could, get some more insight in town.
Might strike you. When you come upon it. I do suggest going to as many of the towns and the villages that you can find and seeing who you might be able to get on board before we attempt this, because the more we have, the stronger and the better we'll be.
Can Rukhar make a history check using his stone cunning to see if he would possibly be able to pull that information from something?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Does he need to see or be around the stone to know?
That's where I'm looking at it. I'm like, whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficient in history skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check instead of your normal. Yeah, that's why I was asking you. I was like, I don't know if it would pertain to it or not.
I think you would have to see it, or at least learn a little bit more about it, perhaps.
Okay.
I would think that's kind of where my brain sits for that.
Okay.
And then, so there was one last card, which was that of the healer. It says, look to the west for a pool blessed by the light of the white sun.
You can see visibly he's stumped. He's thinking, fairly hard about this. Maybe Luna Lake?
Luna Lake.
This sounds
Maybe.
interesting.
I don't know what might be there, but I do know that I have to talk to Esmeralda.
Where could we find Luna Lake?
Very south of here, a bit to the west. We're pretty central in Barovia at the moment.
Okay. Well, thank you for shedding, as much knowledge as you have on those. It definitely sounds like we should talk to Zulika and see if we could get her on our side.
Yeah, I think that's a great start. And I'll keep searching through my books and see if I can find anything that would help us understand your dreams, first of all, and how he's here, pointing at Hayuu, and how you got that sword out of a world that should no longer exist. I do think that it's Strahd, and I also do think that even if the events that you witnessed were real, in case, Hayuu is standing in front of you, don't always put all of your theory into the outcome, because don't forget those lives continue to live for many years. I'm back. We'll be here. I'm not going to leave the tower. Esmeralda may travel around a little bit, but I'm going to stay here and try to create a plan of how to get in as best we can with as many people as we can get.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
At this point, I'm going to try to, see my screen again because there's a lot of notes open. Stop it. Ah, there it is. Hello. You're back. Nope, not yet. Oh, come on.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So nAga had asked me a question. I'm gonna make sure that I get to that. When Esmeralda comes out, nAga, muffled, I assume, by ground in his face, asks if she knows where Arabelle is. Correct?
Yeah. He would probably be up by now.
He'd be up by now.
Yeah.
Esmeralda kind of looks at you inquisitively, and she goes, "The little girl from the lake, yeah?"
Yeah. That's
She's back with her parents. Her father, particularly. Her mother is somewhere in town. But she's doing well, I think. She's looking much healthier now. She's eaten quite a bit. I think that's thanks to you, huh?
Well, I think I had a little bit to do with it, but I'm glad that she's safe. That's all that really mattered.
When we picked you all up, she was with you, but I was able to pull her out of her dream fairly quickly.
Did she say anything about seeing a weird dream thing?
Not to me, but I haven't spoken to her since. I just kind of do drive by once in a while, make sure she's still on 2 feet. They're just outside of town, right outside the main gates on the west side. There's a small encampment if you wanted to go take a look for yourself.
nAga will kind of just nod.
Glad to see you're all finally awake, though. It was really tiring watching you guys sleep. I'm telling you.
Weirdly enough, it was tiring being asleep.
I believe it. I do believe it. She kind of looks around a little bit and eyes and makes sure that her other security golems are intact. What would you guys like to do? Since you're down here, that whole conversation. I know you wanted to check on nAga.
Yeah.
In some kind of capacity.
Yep.
Samson was still slapping him in the back of the head, I'm sure.
The DMS.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I didn't see that part. That's funny. So as nAga is starting to kind of sit upright in some kind of capacity, not really up and moving about, I would say. Samson is standing behind him, and as you're taking a look around, Evanora does notice that Samson is standing behind nAga with his mouth split open, and he's trying to see if it'll fit nAga's head.
Oh my gosh.
Samson's gonna be one of those children in the group, I can tell already.
Plan on making him more erratic than Avery, and more dangerous.
Oh gosh, no.
Evanora is gonna wave her arms and just be like, "What are you doing?"
He's gonna deadpan over to you and go, "Hungry."
We don't eat our friends.
Why?
Because they're friends. And if you eat them, they can't be your friends anymore.
You think he'll eat animals? Esmeralda kind of leads in, watching.
I'll raise an eyebrow, and then I'll look at Samson and be like, "Will you?"
Blood is blood.
I would give it a shot.
Get a squirrel laying around?
I'm sure we can find one. We're in the woods. So she kind of walks off a little bit into the distance. There's rather thick, dense forest, not too far behind where the tower is currently. She disappears into the forest for quite a bit, and comes back with a freshly bow and arrowed bunny.
Sam's
Here.
gonna lean over to Evanora and go, "Is that a squirrel?"
No, that's a bunny.
And she like
Squirrels are
hands it
smaller. Fuzzy
out.
tail.
Yeah, fuzzy tail. She kind of hands out and she goes, "Food is food. Can't do that to humans though. It's weird. Unless they're dead. Then okay."
Like motion for Samson to try it out.
He's going to nod sharply, and then he is going to try to eat it.
Okay.
Is that successful?
Let's see.
Specifically, the drinking of the blood.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say it would be fine.
Okay.
As long as it's blood, I would assume that finding him some kind of food source would be the goal. Yeah, all the rangers
bunnies
are hiding
bark.
on me. Just saying.
He's going to turn back to Evanora and go, "That was less than appetizing, but I could stomach it."
Okay, so we're in the right direction. Okay, we got
Maybe bigger.
How many do you need?
Maybe bigger. Maybe.
Did you say how many does he need?
Yeah.
He's going to go quiet for a second, think very hard. Of that, 400.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Okay,
And then that
so
would be good for a while.
Esmeralda
That's
kind of looks
not
around
gonna-
and she goes, "I don't think we have 400 bunnies either."
I don't think there's 400 bunnies anywhere.
Yeah, no.
They are small. It is like small juice pouch.
Oh, so they're Capri Suns.
That's the equivalent of like being like really hungry and go, "I'll have a Capri Sun."
Have you ever had a Capri Sun as an adult?
Yeah.
I feel
They're
like those things
great.
lasted longer once I was a kid.
They were gigantic when we were kids, for sure.
So Evanora is gonna look like slightly perturbed, and then be like, okay, like it's progress. Okay, we'll find you something bigger. And how about this? If we stumble upon the body of someone,
hold on, that's hilarious.
Don't really bat an eye at how it is procured. That we don't like, you can have at it. But until then, let's not eat our friends or people that we don't tell you.
And nod and go. And then he's going to turn and look to his, I guess his southeast, and he's going to side eye the horse, and then back to Evanora, and then back to the horse, and back to Evanora.
That's mine. That's a friend's. Esmeralda kind of like screams out because that's her baby. No, but there are plenty of other wild horses. Maybe a dragon will do him good.
Ooh, dragon could do him pretty good.
Is that a dragon?
No.
Maybe like a wyvern?
Yeah, maybe that might work. That is not a dragon. That is a horse. Horses are good. They're friends.
He's gonna look at me now. He's gonna try to eat me.
I mean, we don't have to tell him that you're a dragon.
He's not gonna know. He doesn't know what a dragon is.
He doesn't know.
He's gonna know.
He was confused at the horse that the horse was a dragon.
He's never gonna know. He's never
gonna know. He's gonna know.
He's never gonna know. Son of a bitch.
So as that's wrapping up, then I'm gonna turn to nAga and just be like, "Are you okay?"
Sorry, Chad, couldn't help myself with that one.
Oh, also, I'd suggest not calling things juice pouches. That won't go over well.
Fair.
I will try.
She's gonna kind of look at nAga a little like, I don't think you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine. As he dusts like dirt off his face. I'm fine.
You have a dream
Don't worry
too.
I did not have a dream.
Interesting. So only some of you did. It's fascinating.
I did not dream.
I don't think you were asleep.
That would be accurate. I do not sleep. Is that?
I think that they were sleeping, yes. Yeah. I was watching. They were sleeping. It was a little weird at first.
I'm telling you, I'm getting serious Chappie vibes. Like,
So she's gonna sigh and be like, okay, if you're really doing okay.
Fine.
If you're really doing
I'm totally
okay,
fine.
we should probably go find the others.
Yep.
Samson is going to very obviously and not very subtly turn to Evanora and go, I do not believe he is fine.
She's gonna kind of do one of those like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not fine either.
Where are the others?
They went up the elevator thing, but we can only go one at a time.
Oh, I will meet you up there. And then Samson's going to start full sprinting up the side of the wall.
Just spider monkey.
He can take both of his actions and go 90 feet in one turn.
That's a little gross.
That is fair. At that point, the conversation upstairs has come to an end, I assume.
Is there a window upstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few.
Samson's going to stick his head at the window and be like, are you ready to leave?
Which window did he pop in?
Yes.
Here, I'll show you where everything is. Hey, grab. Thanks. Grab. There.
Oh, so that window?
Yeah, he's at that window.
I looked at the sun thing popping out his head through the window. I'm like, I believe we're done, but is anyone gonna control the thing? I believe I look at Altharion. I'm like, I believe you let him loose, so that makes him your pet.
You touched it last.
Oh. Altharion's just
let's be fair. That you touch him last rule does not apply because technically, someone punched him after he was done hitting him. I'm going by you let him loose. He's your dog.
Samson's gonna look at Altharion and go, "You did let me out of the jar." I'm coming in, and then he starts scrambling through the window.
Altharion's just gonna let out this very audible like.
That's why we don't touch things that are weird.
Especially in Barovia.
Samson's gonna snap his head back around and go, "You were the weird one."
This is coming from something that just came up a 4th-floor tower and pushed itself through a tiny ass window.
Can you not do that?
No, that's what makes you weird.
Totally getting. I'm not getting Chappie vibes, Smithy. I'm getting Venom vibes.
No, very
Yes.
definitely.
That's the whole.
You're
point
also
that
muted, Smithy.
That's the whole character he's playing.
Amateur hour.
Look at this pro streamer over here.
I'm not a streamer anymore. What are you talking about?
It's like he's never streamed.
Hey, is this Smithy's character?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna go, "Hello," and just like stare at you and go, "I think the other one is weird."
Rukhar's just gonna be like, I mean, you came up and put your forehead against my head earlier. I don't know, man. It's a little odd.
You just seem very familiar to me, which is weird because I have no previous memories.
Considering that our important conversation ended already, I looked up at Rick because I'm too tired to even bother trying to say his name.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll nod at him, thank him for sharing the information he did, and bid for fail word. Say goodbye. Fuck.
English is hard.
English is hard.
English is hard.
And I'm gonna stand back on the platform to go down and like stop my feet. The golem's not taking me the hell down.
Look at your heal 3 times.
Yeah, you don't even have to do that, but that's okay. They just know. They just know. So you'll end up back up here. As you are leaving now, you're walking into Evanora, I suppose. Walking up the stairs, or are you still standing outside staring up?
I would have gone up the stairs.
Staring up. Okay. So Evanora has come up.
Evanora's gonna walk up the stairs, and we're all gonna leave.
Yeah, right. So you'll be up the stairs behind Altharion at this point.
Cool.
You'll, Rukhar, have you moved your hand by any chance on Altharion's shoulders?
Whoa.
No, not yet.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So Evanora comes into the picture where
It's a little awkward, man.
you see kind of Altharion hunched over, just his. You can't necessarily see his hands, but you can see he's not fully like holding himself up, and you just see Rokhar's hand on his left-hand shoulder as you come into the room.
I'm like looking between everybody, with squinted eyes. So I don't trust this guy who's above me for me. So he's right here. This dude.
Who's that?
You.
Because it's Bal in my eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, Bal in my
You're
eyes
here.
too.
There's Scotty, Elthal, Babaloo, Kane.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm like just kind of squinty-eyed, looking at everybody. I don't trust everybody. And I go, so we have a plan?
Yeah, we're gonna go find a werewolf. Her name is Kalika. Wait, did I get that right? Damn it.
Close enough.
Hold, please. Zulika.
Yeah, close enough.
Samson's gonna say out loud, I have a strong desire to take my hand and hit something. Do we get to do that?
Later.
I mean, it depends how the pack leader treats us, but there might be an opportunity.
Samson's gonna jump back out the window.
Rukhar is going. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But by the time he jumps out, I'm standing next to Smeralda, looking up, waiting for something stupid to happen.
Question: how far? How far is the drop? Like just straight to the ground. Like if he didn't walk on the walls.
And Burst said that each floor was
feet,
like,
give or take.
yeah.
80 feet. So
Yeah.
how much damage would that be?
Oh, for you, dear.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 damage.
Okay, he does.
See ya, Armor Cab. Thanks for hanging out.
As Rukhar goes to go to the elevator, he's gonna like sort of like just like grip Altharion's shoulder like a little bit harder, and then just give him like 2 taps, and then walk down or walk over to the elevator and go down.
You'll hear a very mild "Thanks, Rukhar" come from him.
And he'll just nod as like the elevator's going down.
Okay, Rogaine, calm down.
Whoa! Whoa! Damn it! I was wondering when it would come back.
It didn't take very long.
It took a little too long, to be honest.
It's fair. Fair.
Wait,
Fair.
bird. The reason I didn't take damage is Monk's slow fall.
Yeah, that's fine. I had a feeling. You were asking for a reason. So everyone, I guess, is going to start slowly. God damn it! It happened again. Leaving. I'm assuming. Samson's going to be over here somewhere.
Yes.
DM Bird.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Not a problem. Hayuu, what are you doing?
I'm probably gonna make my way down as well.
You want me to grab you, or are you going to do it on
I can
yourself?
grab.
Yeah, Rukhar gonna wait until everybody else is left.
Okay.
Altharion's gonna turn to Rukhar and go, "Rukhar, can you give me a minute, please?"
I kind of wanted to say something to Van Richten.
Now, if you have a private conversation that you want to have with Van Richten, you can DM me.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Like you could essentially give Altharion his minute, step outside, you know, that kind of thing. Just DM me what you wanted to talk to him about. And we could just get this story on the road.
Because if you'll remember, it was a long time ago, like 2 months ago. But Rukhar made a roll for some history on him.
Yes.
And passed that, so he wants to confront him about it a little bit.
Okay.
So Altharion will do what I sent to you in a DM Bird, and then he will
No
go
problem.
and join everyone else.
Okay.
So feel free to move.
He
down.
totally stabbed Van Richten.
Van Richten's dead.
100%.
No one knows what happened.
If he's dead, I call dibs on the body.
The last person seen with him was a weird ranger elf. All right.
As Altharion comes down the stairs, everyone can kind of see the visible tears, like the dried tears on his face. And as he kind of steps in front of everyone, he'll actually go and stand next to Hayuu and Evanora. And he'll go, "If you guys are leaving, I can't join you. I need some
Fuck
time.
this game.
Hold up, Sugar. It's not done. Not done.
You made Sugar leave.
I can't. I can't head off without time to process and trying to find out what happened to Eliadan. So I'm gonna head back to the town. I will stay at the Blue Water Inn. I'm not sure if you guys will have any way to contact me. I don't have a way to contact you. But where are you guys planning on going? And I'll try to find you.
I think we're going to go see the werewolf, right? And he'll sort of like look around the team.
I'm very interested in what you call a werewolf, so yes.
Wolf person.
I still have no
If everyone's in agreement, I'll sort of like look at Altharion and be like, don't worry, Esmeralda, taught me how to use that sending spell, and I can send messages to you. They'll be short, but at least give you an idea of sort of where we're at and let you know that we're okay or not, or where we are.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go and speak with the cleric about seeing if he can help us with the Mad Mage as well, so that whilst I am processing, I'm still doing something as well to help us.
Now I can't help but point out, Altharion, I mean, you always tell us it's never a good idea to split the party, and here you are splitting the party.
Ooh. Yeah, Dad.
I understand that. That's why I'm specifically telling you where I will be. I will be at the Blue Water Inn.
Mm-hmm.
And I make sure that I'm saying this loud enough that Esmeralda also hears when I'm saying this to everyone.
It's like Dad's leaving for milk again.
I was about to say.
It's a good thing it's not.
I know what I always say, Rukhar. But I am no help to anyone.
Andrew, sorry.
I'm no help to anyone in the state that I currently am. I'm not going to be combat effective. I'm not going to be effective at leading or helping lead. I can't carry this burden and process it and carry the weight that this has and be in the field, because I couldn't bear losing one of you in battle. And I've had that happen before, and that's why I left my rangers, because I've lost them in battle and I couldn't bear the pain. I will find you again. I will rejoin you. I won't take long. But I will need time.
Samson's going to lean in and go, "Is it because I'm scary?"
It's not because of you, Samson. It's because of what I
Because if
saw.
your pack is too heavy, I could carry it for you. I am very strong.
Beautiful. Just the side conversations are freaking ridiculous. Just group, I swear to God.
Just give me a sec here. I've got to do something.
Esmeralda pipes up and says that she can move fairly quickly. So if you're needed for any reason, she can go back and forth to wherever the party is.
Thank you, Esmeralda.
And someone knows how to get in touch.
Samson's gonna look over Evanora and go, so I don't understand what's going on, to be entirely honest here.
She's gonna wave you off and be like, I'll explain in a little bit.
I'm just standing there nodding, like not really getting the whole splitting off, but at the same time, you know,
He's going to turn back to Altharion and go, until next time. And then he's going to go over there and give you the biggest bear hug he can and squeeze you just a little bit too hard. And then just drop you on the ground. Be like, goodbye, and walk away.
Oh, he's precious.
I will look
Swear to
at
God, you heard that horse? I'm gonna have it kick you across the map.
I'm gonna look at Esmeralda as like, and just to the point that she's the only one that can hear it.
I'll explain, Don.
Moment like
I'll
this,
explain.
I'm just glad. All I saw was darkness. They're all dysfunctional now.
They're all dysfunctional now.
Just takes time to wake up.
Real quick before we depart and whatnot, Evanora is going to walk up to Altharion and she's gonna hold out her right hand as to like shake his hand goodbye, and she'll pull him in and like kind of clap his back with her left hand, and she's gonna whisper something into his ear before kind of like giving him a nod of goodbye.
While they're whispering,
Secrets don't make friends.
Is going to take a
Such a dirty horse mouth.
Gently like rub the horse, and he's gonna put his forehead against the horse. But if you look closer, he's smelling the horse.
You mean the dragon?
That's fair. Not you. Don't you dare.
Wait.
Not a dragon. I will
Not
point him at a dragon. I will point him at a dragon.
Don't point him at a dragon.
He'll never
The
know.
coconuts, I think, is Sugar's keyboard.
He'll know.
At this point, the party starts to split. Altharion finishes saying his goodbyes to who he needs to, and makes his way back to the Blue Water Inn. Esmeralda stays, and she commands her golems to dig 2 appropriate-sized graves, to give your fallen party members a peaceful resting place.
Already forgot about those guys.
I know you did. That was real quick. Real quick.
That hurt my
Yeah.
feelings.
Right? Well,
I'm like 2 graves. Oh, this isn't good. I'm like, oh yeah, we have 2 dead people inside. Got
yeah,
it.
you
Okay.
do. And they're
It's
the
like,
first
I'm
floor
digging
of her home,
holes.
right? Just waiting for you guys to get back. You're just preparing early. No. So there will be proper graves. The rest of the party can start making their way off the beaten path towards the wolf den.
Let's go.
Yeah. And that's where we're gonna pick up next time. Don't forget that we are taking off Christmas Eve and /day for Scotty, and New Year's Eve /day, just so that we all don't have to go crazy. However, if anyone's around on those days, I'm always around. I'm gonna be here anyway. I'll be tired, but I'll be here. So, you know, maybe we could just hook up, say hello, Merry Christmas, get the hell out, that kind of thing. I'm down for it. Play a game, something like that.
And drink.
Yeah.
Yes, we can all do that now.
Yeah, we can.
to let
That we
everyone know, I won't be back until the new year.
Oh, okay.
All right. Got
Sag.
returning with us first week of January. Is that what it is?
Second, by looks.
Second week.
He's a time traveler, so we'll see him next week.
That's true.
Very
That's
funny.
right.
The seventh, yes. The
I'll
Right.
kind of explain it after I wrap up stream and such.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cool. Cool.
All right, I'll go do that.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Thank you, everyone.
My stream.
So, team, being done, it's a couple of things. I've got a couple of other events that I kind of need to prioritize over the next 2 weeks. It's also the fact that I feel very close to Altharion, and I kind of need a little bit of a break from him. So for me, this is kind of me taking that step back, and such. So yeah, like there was multiple times there where I was visibly, I felt emotional saying what I was saying, and I, to an extent, I was feeling it myself. So there won't be any D&D for the next couple of weeks, which will mean VOD content will reduce to about once a week for Thursdays after the latest ones go up. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Don. I know you're in chat. I'm not sure who else is sitting in chat. I'm just going to wrap it up there. I want to chat with these guys. I don't particularly want to send off a raid, to be fair to you guys. Thank you so much to everyone. Glad to hear that, Dragoon. Glad to hear that. I'm taking the next month and a bit off D&D. Thank you everyone for a great session. If you aren't already, make sure you're following me on the socials. And I know some of you guys already are, but if you're not, feel free to jump in the Discord as well. It'd be great to have you. We've got over 90 members there now as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to be back Tuesday night and next Friday. There won't be Saturday. I've got some commitments that I need to be at, so I'll have those two. I'm sorry, Dagoon. I know that Saturdays are the only times you can catch me, so but I've got a couple of things happening. But I want to thank everyone for hanging out. It's been an absolutely awesome day. Might have some content out tomorrow. We'll see how things go. But yeah, thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you all later.